Disclaimer: the following program features language not suitable for all audiences, and the expressed opinions found within this program are a reflection of those who feature on the PopCulture Effect podcast. Welcome to the PopCulture Effect. I'm Rockin Rob, and on this show I bring my closest friends together to talk about all of the news happening in our pop culture world around us. Today is a fun-filled day with all my favorite friends. That was not supposed to be alliteration, but oh well. I'm here with Blaze.
Hello.
I'm here with Gemini.
Hello.
I'm here with Menace.
I think he's busy dying.
Yeah, he's on his way out already.
What?
And we're here with Menace. All right, cool. We're here with Subset.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Am I not coming through? Am I not coming through?
Oh, I thought you were.
No,
I thought you were
weren't.
chopping on me, dude.
No, I've said hello twice.
it literally hasn't showed up.
So it just looked like you were ignoring him.
That's so.
No,
funny.
I thought you were dying of
What
laughter or something.
That's so funny.
Oh my lord, dude.
Oh my god. All right. We're here with
What an
Subset.
episode.
What up?
And today we've got.
It's already going great.
Oh, dude, it always goes great. The recordings never cease to amaze me with how wonderful they can be. With all the crazy stuff going on, I think it's only appropriate to talk about the most kind of infectious social media craze. Blaze, why don't you take us through whatever the hell Skibidi Toilet is?
Yeah, so apparently the idea of shitpost videos has continued onto this one and has become an entire series with a YouTuber by the name of very interesting name, Dafuq Boom, spelled Dafuq and then Boom, has made this like series where each episode's like around a minute long. It starts off with heads that just start coming out of toilets. Oh, and by the way, this is being animated through like Gmod software.
I was gonna say, isn't it like Source Filmmaker or something?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, SFM.
But it basically starts off with Gmod heads coming out of toilets and like attacking people as they say this weird. They sing this like weird catchy remix that's like a combination of "Give It to Me" by Timbaland and "Dom Dom Kiss Kiss" or "Dom Dom Yes Yes" by Bisser King. And as the series progresses, it turns into this crazy colossal war between the toilet people and these people with camera heads and TV heads trying to fight them back, as each episode just gets weirder and more crazy with the fights as some of them get bigger, more decked out with weapons, and it has blown up so much on YouTube that the YouTuber who originally had 1.25 million subscribers because he did a few other Gmod shorts and mini series before that is now at 26 million subscribers in just a few months. He uploaded the first episode in February back when he was at 1.25 million subscribers, and now is at almost 26 million subscribers with over 3 to 4 billion views a month this series.
That's insane.
It got so crazy that in one of the episodes of this series, one of the toilets did a laser blast at YouTube headquarters, indicating how much his channel blew up.
Didn't it maybe I'm misremembering, but didn't it like crash YouTube at one point?
It did. So many people were going crazy on this video that it literally shut down YouTube, or at least lagged it out for a few hours.
Jesus Christ.
But there's currently about 57 episodes of it out right now, and he's still going strong on it. There's a new episode that comes out pretty much like every 2 to 4 days, and even Matt Pat Game Theorist, or on his Film Theory channel, he's even done a conspiracy theory about the whole story of the Skibidi Toilet.
The lore.
Yep, he made a whole lore video about it, which shows how big this is getting, that even he got the interest of doing a lore video for it.
Especially with the fact that Matt Pat is now one of the very few YouTubers that have had an article written about them on a major news site.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know, I think it has an interesting concept, especially with the fact that when compared to like big blockbuster movies, like the quality of the animation just kind of goes hard in these videos.
Yeah, he's definitely put a lot of work, especially in like the more recent videos. He's even gone even harder on the CGI and stuff in the studio software for it. But I just think this is funny that this is all being made with sources from Gmod, which just goes to show that that game will never die.
Right? Gmod
As long as you're creative enough, man.
Gmod will outlive us all.
No doubt. At this point, no doubt.
Right.
It always comes back into relevance at some point.
And we'll never get a Half-Life 3 for.
Nope. We will never get a Half-Life 3. But going from one artist that's been very much appreciated for his work on YouTube, we've got some VFX artists who aren't actually seen with the respect that they probably should be. So Tran, why don't you take us through with the VFX artists and their unionization?
Actually, tomorrow the voting starts for Marvel Studios. The VFX crews are essentially going to vote to unionize and everything, which for about half a century, so 50 years, it states that workers in the visual effects department and industry, have been denied the same protections and benefits that other members of like their field, such as actors, writers, and even members of like makeup crew and everything like that, costume department and such. They have been kind of denied a lot of the protection and benefits that the others do, and because of that, they've been technically exploited because of that, because they don't have the protections that they do. And it is kind of my words are dying anyway. It's considered controversial in a sense where some people don't necessarily like unions. I'm not too sure how it is in Canada when it comes to that, as I am an American, so I don't really know how Canada works with that shit. But in America, it is kind of like a wishy-washy situation in a sense where some people really like them, other people don't. They just say that they just steal your money and don't do anything. So it's more of how it works for you. But in this case, I think it's a really good idea because in Hollywood, I do feel like a lot of the people that make these movies, whether they are, the writer all the way to like the people who do the effects and everything, they do get kind of exploited and everything. And they do need those rights and protections that they offer. And so, yeah, starting tomorrow, August 21st, they are going to begin to the voting, and they will be due up till September 11th, and the count will be September 12th. There was a bit more to it, but yeah, pretty much like Hollywood has had a lot of issues with the writer and actor strike that's been going on for how long has that been going on now? Like
months at least.
Months, yeah. So it's nice to see that they're kind of banding together. I think the only downside is that this is just for Marvel at the current time. So that's anywhere from the big Marvel movies to the more third-party Marvel series and everything. So it's a slow process, but it is a good right direction.
I mean, I just hope that I just feel like the teams that make up all these big blockbuster movies should be treated with the respect that they deserve, whether it's writers, VFX artists, or anybody on that kind of
Oh yeah, totally, they should be. And it's nice to see that in a sense that everyone who is part of this entertainment world and department, they're kind of pretty much like sticking up for each other because they're the only ones who really understand what it's like to do this. Not many people do. Like, yeah, some people say, oh, it's this, that, whatever, but it's nice to see that they're like slowly starting to have each other's back and everything because they're in it together. It takes a whole team to make these, whether it's from a short film to a big blockbuster movie. It takes a lot of people and you all have to work together.
And you actually have to treat people with respect and not, force them to work overtime.
Of course.
Make uninhabitable working conditions.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. Because, here's the one thing, and this is a very minor rant that I will go on, is that, I know a lot of people, they praise Japan for a lot of the animation that comes out. A lot of the anime is really beautiful, well done, but a lot of people don't actually know that their workers, they are often worked to death to get to meet their deadlines and to make it look beautifully. It's kind of tragic how terribly these animators over in Japan are treated.
It's actually disgusting.
It really is, but that's just a little minor thing, and that's not what I'm talking about. It's just, it is nice that over here that we're, they're trying to do something about it, and that's nice because, as someone who is part of one, it's nice that I have that protection if something stinky were to happen, and it's nice that these people can vote to have that protection if something stinky happens to them.
Well, here's hoping that this whole situation gets resolved and the company, not necessarily the company, and the higher ups that actually dictate the pay and the work structure of these groups can actually come to terms with some level of cohesion, so that way we can, have people working again and not needing to unionize and to strike and to do all this.
Well, you want them to, because it benefits themselves, but yeah, to, essentially say, hey, things are bad, we're not gonna work because our conditions are bad. Yeah, you don't want that, because you want to give them the good conditions.
Right.
I just hope that it does branch outside of Marvel to other VFX artists in other departments and other places that utilize visual effects and everything. But like I said, it seems like it's a bit of a slow process for Marvel, so who knows how long it'll take, but it'd be nice to see it branch out to other projects, like project heads, whatever.
Hopefully the right people get the right voices in their ear.
Oh, totally.
But we'll see. But speaking of corporations and their greed, because let's be honest, that's what this whole thing is about in today's media.
You think?
But yeah, Disney is actually going to be halting their physical releases in Australia because of the fact that the physical sales are it's a drop in the bucket compared to the potential for streaming. And so the final movie that Australia is going to receive for distribution is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, obviously, you'll be able to buy the DVDs and the Blu-rays from outside retailers, but once they're out of stock, then unfortunately you'd have to find some other means of getting getting hard copy Disney movies into Australia. And the thing that really worries me about this is the cascade that this can happen across the rest of the world, because soon we may not have any Blu-ray releases or regular releases at regular stores, like Disney may go full digital with their streaming, which would really impact a lot of smaller businesses, the ones that actually sell the movies. So I don't know. I just think it's really greedy.
It is. However, I will admit that does kind of seem like it's the natural progression of things, because look at back, 15 years ago, I'd say, less than 10 years ago, we had regular forms of DVD, but they were pretty much kind of made slowly obsolete by Blu-ray. Before that, there was VHS, which was made obsolete by the CD. It's kind of the natural progression of technology. Exactly. When we were young babies and everything, when you wanted to watch a movie, you had to buy it on VHS.
Those are the days.
I'm going to be honest. I think before then it was like giant film reels. I don't really know, because I was born in the 90s. So, I don't know. I don't know what my mom was watching shit on.
But yeah.
Too old as dust. Anyway, but, streaming things become more common. It's sad. It's tragic. It is kind of greedy on their aspect, but at the same time, if they're wasting money by making these physical copies and they're not selling, it's from a corporate business standpoint, it makes sense to just kind of cut their losses and stop doing it.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the slippery slope of just stop making actual content, actually have something in your hands. Like having...
I know it is a slippery slope, and that's why I said, it's not ideal, but I think it is the natural progression of things.
You also need to realize that this would, the streaming services got pushed so much, and box office and movie sales were all down when Backstreet Boys tour went through. So yeah, with all the sales going down, they kind of stayed down. Everyone's either just watching the movies that come out directly on streaming services or other things like that.
I'll be honest, when movies come out, very rarely do I actually go out to see them. Every once in a while I will if it's something I'm really excited about, but usually I just kind of wait until they hit the streaming service. I'm gonna be honest.
For the newer release movies, I have made a point to try and go out just to experience them, but I will be honest, there's a lot of things that I've just been waiting to come out on streaming, or, the totally legal way of just streaming off your computer, which is totally not legal. I should say that. It's not legal at all.
That was the other thing I did want to quick mention, is if they do get rid of the physical copies, people are still going to find a way to watch them without having to spend any money.
Right.
But disclaimer, that is illegal. You shouldn't do that.
But you can totally do that.
We're not condoning a crime here, Robbie, a federal offense.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
For the reason we're gonna get fucking banned on YouTube.
You're right. The Pop Culture Effect does not endorse streaming illegally downloaded movies. But you can totally do it.
Or do we?
Shut the up, Robbie. The Pop Culture Effect
Oh my
does not
God.
endorse pirating in any form of sense.
No, in any form. You're right. Speaking of Disney.
Edit this out. We totally do.
But yeah, going
We don't condone it, but we definitely do it.
Over.
Going from the Disney corporate greed of physical media subset, you talked about Zom 100 recently, but now you've actually gotten the chance to watch the live action movie, so take us through it.
Well, surprisingly, the movie goes along with the same amount of episodes I just released. So, though I will say at some point there was an arc that hasn't been shown yet, and clearly the movie is different in the way they decided to pace the story and whatnot. Though they did give more insight on like the work environment when he was working there, the 3 years but everything went up to shit. As it was retelling the story, I thought it was okay. I had some gripes with it, with some of the pacing and some slight changes they did here and there. It was okay to like at the beginning to the end, and then it became a bit confusing near the end because an arc popped up which I haven't seen yet through the anime. It happened first, and then another arc that happened within the anime before I saw like whatever they decide to do. At this point, it was really weird. I'm gonna be honest, it felt off, but all in all, it was a fun watch. Other than like small gripes, there's also a bit extra filler between each segment, and they did change one major thing from the anime, which is like the main character and his best friend were sharing the notebook, the bucket list. That didn't happen. The same thing with the girl who had her own little bucket list. That didn't happen until like the very end, which they all decided to just write in the same notebook. It was a long watch for, its first runtime. So I will say compared to like most live action anime, it's kind of expected to see it not go up to par compared to the anime or like the manga it's based off of without, hurting itself. We've seen it time and time again, even with the Bleach movie live action they did on Netflix, or
We don't talk about that.
or heaven forbid the live action Death Note movie,
We definitely don't talk about that.
or the trilogy that Netflix has of the Full Metal Alchemist anime. But all in all, fun watch. If you can ignore like the pacing, you don't think about it too hard on some points. It felt like a good silly zombie movie, like watching Zombieland in a way.
Oh, I miss Zombieland. They made a second one, Double Tap.
Yes,
I never got around
it's
to
not
watching
as good
it.
though.
It wasn't nearly as good.
Yeah, that's my guess. Nothing could beat the first one. Twinkies, man. But yeah, I'm glad that you were able to enjoy it. I'm glad it was a fun watch. But speaking of fun watches, Menace, why don't you take us through the interesting Destiny 2 game director video that hit Twitter?
For those of you that don't know, Destiny has been in a real rough patch recently, especially when it comes to its player versus player aspect of the game. There was talk about they have this weekly thing called a TWAB, whatever you want to call it. It'll always be TWAB to me. But in these articles, they would constantly say how there's no new PvP maps because making PvP maps is hard. It costs a lot of money. But they've been coming out with, I'll talk about this later, but they've come out with 2 now player versus player based games, and people were wondering what's going on. So the actual game director of Destiny 2 came out in a 1v1 sit down on Twitter and essentially came out and said, yeah, we've heard your feedback, we've heard how stuff's been messed up in the game, and here's how we're going to fix it. So run through real quick. When it comes to PvP maps, we are getting map packs at the beginning of the year, which, in my opinion, a map pack means 3 or more new maps every year. There was talk about there was a specific set of armor in the game that was going away. They are going to now add that armor into the game, and it is also going to be an armor set that was meant to be in the purchasable store, and they're going to put that into the world loot pool for anyone to get out of these sets of armor. There was also talk about
Hopefully it was a better
It was
overall
a-
message than the game development is hard.
Oh,
press
yeah,
release that they had earlier.
It was actually feeling like sitting down and he was talking to you like you were a person. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, making excuses.
Belittling you.
How
calling you
every game
ungrateful.
developer or how every game company does, they just look at their consumer and they're like, we don't care what you think, we just want to make money.
Now buy this $20 bundle.
He's also the balls on this man. Joe Blackburn is his name. He is going to be doing live streams playing Destiny with the community. I've seen how people can get on company live streams where they're just more toxic than usual, and I got to give props to this man for saying that he'll do that.
Being on
He's
streams
also gonna-
and talking to people and answering questions that aren't spoilerish.
Yeah,
But it
wants-
is interesting.
he wants to engage in the community more, and Destiny's always been for a while up until this last couple years has been really good with communicating to the player base on what they want to do and how the game is going.
Okay.
So it's really nice to see after all that we are finally getting some communication, and even more now than what we did before.
So hopes are looking up for Destiny 2, eh?
Likely. Depends as time goes
slightly.
on and each stream goes past.
We do have the showcase on Tuesday, which could either help a lot or it could break it even more.
Right. But
This last year, it's either gonna make or break.
I mean, what also could make and break is the new game that they're making. Aren't they making a new game?
It's okay, so they're making two new games technically. One is Marathon, which is a extraction shooter, and then a new one came out recently. This was what they originally called it Matter, and they have since changed the code name. This isn't the final name, but for right now it's being called Codename Gummy Bear. It's more of a vibrant art style set in a still in a sci-fi universe, but this one is supposed to be a MOBA-esque game, and they say it's a mixture of fighting games, MOBA, life sim, and frog type games.
Yeah, like
That's
Amazing
wild.
Frog.
Whatever frog type games mean.
Yeah, you know, like Frogger. Isn't it obvious? Frog type game, Menace. Get it through your head.
Battletoads.
Battletoads. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, wait.
It's still the same thing, don't worry about it.
They're both green. Nobody will notice.
This one actually seems really cool. There isn't much info on it besides the type of games that it's taking inspiration from,
God,
like the
frog
genre
type.
of games it's taking inspiration from.
I can't get over frog type game.
Even in the art that they have shown, there's no frogs
Like-
anywhere.
Like that
So-
has to be a typo. It has to be a typo. There's no way
it was
can't
posted
be.
in their Twitter and on the article for the actual game itself.
They need to
It's very
explain
close to
this.
Playing,
They
okay?
need to
Fancy playing
explain
stuff to a game,
what
okay?
they need to do a developer. They need to do a developer video where they explain what frog type games means.
First thing on Joe Blackburn's first stream. What is a frog type game?
Everybody in the chat, what is a frog type game? Just frog emotes throughout the entire thing.
I don't know what they're doing with this. It does sound cool though, especially with it being, I could see it being like having a hub world where you have your life sim type stuff where you gotta like build up your community or build up your hub.
Raise your frog.
And then you got Raise Your Frog, yeah. And then you got the actual going out into this MOBA-esque place and doing your fights and stuff like that.
But should they really be adding more projects on when they're already having struggles with their biggest IP?
The fact is that it's a completely different team that they're hiring right now for this game.
I see.
Like the game has
So
been
it's a
in
separate team.
incubation period. Yes, that one is a completely
Okay.
separate team. Marathon actually took most of Destiny's PvP team, but in the Twitter video, going back to the Twitter video, Joe Blackburn said that they are creating what they used to have for Destiny 1 called strike teams. And it was like a specific team put together to go into the community and address issues. And he said that they are in the process of creating a PvP specific strike team to go into the community and address those issues, figure out what those issues are, go to Joe and be like, these are the things we need to change and do. This is what the community's saying. And then they'll go through it from there.
So what you're saying is they're trying to actually make the game better for the people that play it.
Yes.
Okay.
It seems like it.
That's
it's
good.
really nice too because for them, it's good that they're getting more people for the other game, and then that they're starting to get the groups together with strikes for certain projects of the game, keep a strategy going, because there's really isn't many people working for Bungie. Last time I checked, there's only about 1,500 people working for Bungie, specifically on Destiny, which is very small for a live game like that compared to other live games that have close to 3,000 to 4,000 people. 1,500 is usually what you would see for like a normal story game that would just be made. And then
Right, I don't know. I just feel like whenever they do make those kind of releases, it's always half-baked. Because they never take the time. It's always rushed. Everything's always rushed, and it's so annoying.
Bungie hasn't really... for the longest time, Bungie has only had Destiny. So it's not like a whole new game coming out. It's an expansion. Like, I could see that they've made, like, half-baked expansions. Yes, completely. Lightfall, right there. But when it comes to games and, like, game releases, Bungie's usually been really good with the actual game releases and making sure that the game is polished.
So what you're saying is, with all the announcements that have been made and all of the potential that has been talked about, you are optimistic.
Optimistic for this new game. I am semi-optimistic for what comes out of Destiny, because Destiny has been a time. But yes, I'm getting more and more hopeful.
You're warming up to it. But
Yes.
going from one game that has somewhat high expectations to a game that has just plummeted all expectations ever. I'm going to take a bit to rant about this new Overwatch season because, oh my god, they scalped me out of $20 for 3 missions that took me like an hour to
Scalped
complete.
yourself out of $20.
You know what?
Wait. You have to pay money for this?
Oh yeah. So here's
All the story missions are connected to the battle pass.
Here's the great thing. So yeah. So basically how it works is there's the free missions, which it's not missions. It's a single mission with other elements like other enemies, but you do the same thing. There's no difference whatsoever. But yeah, you can do that for free and spend your time doing that. Or you could pay $20 and get 3 missions, which I'm not gonna lie, when I was playing those missions and when I was watching the cutscenes and when I was feeling the flow of it, I was really enjoying myself. I felt that the pieces that were there were good pieces. It's just everything surrounding it was just shit. Because, like, oh man, it's getting me heated just thinking about it right now. Because
wasn't the story mission supposed to be? Wasn't the whole story part of Overwatch going to be free?
Yep.
And also the main premises of why they made it Overwatch 2.
Yep, the whole reason why they made it the whole reason why they made it into a free to play was because the story was going to be free and then the microtransactions were going to be in the new characters in the battle pass. But guess what? They monetized the story too. I am so upset. I cannot believe that they monetized the one thing that they said was going to be free. And I'll be honest, like I said, in a vacuum, those 3 missions would be a great prologue to the overall story. Free story, mind you, and with the character trees. But with everything else that surrounds Overwatch 2, with all the controversies, all the lies, all of the underperformance, like, it was just such a sour taste in my mouth that it was $20 one-time purchase and then you get the missions going forward, I'd be okay with that. Like, that's not how it's gonna be. Next season, another $20. The following season after that, another $20. 3 missions! That's an hour of content for $20 that they're going to sell every season. And
that's gonna crash and burn.
It will crash and burn. Just like the YouTube anime they tried to do. I can't speak English today, but
yeah, I tried watching that. By that I mean I watched the first episode when I talked about it, and I haven't looked at it since because it was meh.
Overwatch
It was mostly
nice,
it was mostly just lore drop.
Overwatch
that's
just
the
gets
thing.
me
It was
so
to
upset.
set up this season.
Literally.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say Sojourn and Ramacha were the only reasons this had story to it.
I was gonna say, I'll be honest, the lore of Overwatch is what got me into the game in the first place. But at this point, I am like so fucking tired of just everything. Like, I feel like one of those old people that just sit on the porch and they're like, back in my day, and then you just get, you know, like, it doesn't bring me joy. It brings me this sour taste, as you said. And I just, like I said, I just feel like that stereotypical grumpy old man on his porch who's just constantly whining about the youth and how things are bad.
I mean, I agree. Yeah,
I will say it is nice to finally get like present day story and lore finally, because everything with Overwatch has always been stuff in the past that we learn about the game while fighting in PvP,
right? Or waiting for the or waiting for the new character video to release, so that way we get more lore.
I think the only other like modern lore that you would get would be from the comics, but you'd have to like go out of your way to go find that.
I think that's where they revealed the Tracer was gay.
And like I think Hanzo's one skin was from one of the comics, his like e-boy like streetwear skin or something.
Oh, God. No.
Oh yeah, when he's hiding from everybody.
And now we have Street Hoodie Genji in the game. It's like, oh God. Oh, also, I just want to say the new character.
You know what they did? Two things. One, praise the sun. They did that.
Oh yeah.
Two, they literally, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like they ripped off Senna from League of Legends. I'll be honest. Her kit looks exactly like Senna from League of Legends. She has a massive fucking gun that heals you, but can also do damage. I'll admit, I didn't read everything that this new character does, but just her design alone looks strikingly similar to Senna. Does she have like some kind of CC ability?
So how she works is she has this like charged up rifle that you shoot it, wait 2 seconds to power up the gun again, and then shoot again, or you can just keep rapid firing it for small shots. But even then, the gun shoots very poor on damage wise.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then she can shoot out this like healing turret that would heal all allies in the area.
It's pretty good actually. When I was, because I also tried the new Flashpoint mode and I was playing as the new character, and she was cool. But I just want to say on a tangent, I hate Flashpoint. I hate that it's just control but more, and then the control points get captured faster. So it's like even less of a possibility of a comeback story. It's just it bugged me. It really bugged me.
But going on to that, slightly onto that though, is that her next ability is kind of a ripoff of Ashes, where it's literally just a get back button where it just kicks back enemies in front of you and kind of pushes you in the air a little bit. But it's more of an area effect than it is just shooting your shotgun to blast yourself back through. And then the alt is probably where you're feeling like it rips off the person from League of Legends. I think I don't play League of Legends as much as you do, but basically she flies up in the air and basically shoots down this sun orb at enemies, and it attaches to them, and if you kill them, their bodies explode.
I was gonna say, how Senna works is, like I said, she has a big gun that can either do damage or it heals, which the healing is an ability because, you know, that it's a MOBA, League of Legends, your main attack is obviously going to do some form of damage, which is just, you know, clicking your mouse button. But she has a form of CC where she just shoots out a beam and they get stunned. She has like something where you can move much more easily, and then just big shield. Like, and like I said, the design, especially with just her weapon, I'm like, someone's copying someone's homework, it seems, over at Blizzard. Someone doesn't know how to make an original idea anymore.
That's like the entire entertainment industry, Tren.
I mean,
since we have kind of gone back to talking about MOBAs, I do want to, going back to the Bungie MOBA. Bungie recently, like in the last couple of years, got a lot of people from Riot, so this MOBA may actually be decent.
Darius 2.0.
I hope it'll be better than Overwatch.
Yes.
Like, I just need to preface, like,
Overwatch isn't a MOBA.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like,
I was gonna say, play Heroes of the Storm if you want to play Overwatch Heroes in a MOBA.
I'm saying that I hope Bungie can do for this new MOBA what Blizzard is not doing for Overwatch, because Overwatch is my favorite game of all time aside from like Black Ops 3. But like, and it just hurts me to see the company just squeeze every little penny that they can out of it. Did I pay $20 to play an hour's worth of content? Yes. Did I enjoy it? Somewhat, kind of. Would it have been better in its full form, how they promised? Yeah. And that's
Absolutely.
And honestly,
See,
that's
I'm not even gonna look at that price tag because I already just watched all the cinematics on YouTube.
See,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. I don't blame you for that. Literally, the only reason I went through and played it is because I wanted that one-to-one experience. Because it's my favorite
get
game,
it.
dude. I love that. It was so much fun. But it's just okay. The best way I can word it for those of you who are Gears of War fans. And Angel, you're gonna really like this, but this is the Overwatch story is Gears of War Judgment to the Overwatch series. It is short, segmented missions where you don't. It's kind of hollow, if I'm gonna be honest, and that's how I feel how Overwatch is right now. It's just hollow,
Bro, just give me an Overwatch RPG at this point.
right? Overwatch RPG with character tier lists and character moveset trees.
No, there's like just an RPG where you can play up to like 4. If they want to keep it 5 people on a team, and you actually just go through the story of what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, and if they want to do the prequel stuff and everything, like, this is what happened during the Omnic War and everything. This is what happened when things fell. This is how we're rebuilding, and this is now the future of what's currently the situation of the world and what's like and what's going on, like going wrong and everything like that. I honestly think would be a pretty good idea for Blizzard to do.
Or
they're gonna milk that cash cow like a.
Or they could do what Fortnite does and just make a battle royale, an Overwatch battle royale.
With how bottlenecked the powers are in that game
Yeah.
between different characters.
I could just
Battle
imagine.
Royale would
I could
not
just
work.
imagine Ramatra just running through a city.
Dude,
all
yeah,
day.
you would just have someone play Ramatra or Hog and they just win every game.
Or someone make a microwave room.
Oh, no! Don't. Let's not go back to the car wash, please.
Hey, you loved being
Find the
part
center
of
of
it,
circle.
You
I
just took
loved-
them in.
I loved being on a certain side of it. On the other side, not so much. Oh man! But speaking of not necessarily Fortnite, but the company that makes it, Epic, they are trying to expand crossplay. So Trin, why don't you take us through what their overall plan is for their developer tools?
So with that,
Sorry,
What I
guys.
was trying to say.
Yes.
so as you know, with crossplay has been definitely a very nice thing that has been becoming a lot more popular, especially if you are more of a Xbox/PC, because at this point they're kind of conjoined. Because of the fact that Microsoft owns both of them, in the sense of they're big PC, and then Microsoft also owns Xbox. You've probably seen a lot of crossplay stuff, but there are still a lot of games that don't necessarily do that, whether by choice or because of who they're developed by doesn't like it, or they just don't have the capabilities. But Epic Games is going to be making crossplay integration a lot more easier for game devs by expanding its free crossplay overlay from PC to console, which I believe that would Unreal Engine.
Unreal.
They're essentially going to be expanding that to the devs, so that way and this is probably more for like indie games, because indie game industry has been booming a lot in the past couple of years, and I understand that when you're a smaller team, it is probably a lot harder to configure your games to run across multiple platforms. And so by this way, it's going to be able to give these developers a chance to expand their game pool for a bunch more people, rather than just only being able to release it on the console that they originally planned and everything. So it'll make gamers happier in the sense where they don't have to go and buy this whole new thing just to play it. Or now it's a problem we've shared where this, I only play it on this console, or I mostly go PC nowadays, and it's like, oh shit, I can't join you guys. Essentially, it allows people to come together much more easily, and I think that's a really good thing that Epic is trying to do. I know you can say what you want about Epic. I think that they have their moments, but I think it's a really nice thing, a nice outlook of the future for games in general. Because currently, I think, as I said, Microsoft is the biggest one that has the easiest form of crossplay, just due to the fact of they're a big company. But there's a lot of games that don't fall into that. It sucks to suck,
Oh my God.
and because there's a lot. I know there's Deep Rock. I think that does have crossplay crossplay, but it's because they have their Microsoft version has crossplay. You buy that on Steam, you can only play with Steam users and PC Microsoft users. You can't play Steam Deep Rock with Xbox console players. And, you know, that's kind of stinky. So say Deep Rock was a Epic game rather than being on Steam, which it might be, I don't know, because they are also a smaller team game. Eventually, you know, you don't have to get the, you know, Xbox edition if you don't really have an Xbox account and you don't want to have to pay for that and everything. You could just probably buy it on Epic, and then if you have friends who play it on Xbox, then you can join them now. That's really good.
I don't know. I feel like as the industry standard, crossplay should just be a thing regardless of what console you're on.
It really should. I get sometimes it can be a bit difficult, but like especially for the bigger companies, it really should be kind of a standard at this point, because you know you're releasing your game across all of these platforms already. I feel like you should at the very least take a little extra time to have your players connect, because one game that really frustrated me that it never got implemented was Monster Hunter World. Apparently back in I think late 2019 to early 2020 they had plans to enable crossplay, but then the Panini hit tragically, and I understand a lot of bad things happened during that time period when it came to employment with people, and they had to put a pause on it. However, since things have now improved, I think they just kind of threw it in the trash at this point and they've moved on, which is sad. But it's still tragic that they had it on, like they had it as an idea.
Oh yeah.
Things happened and then they were like, you know what? Bleh, and just threw it in the trash.
No.
Like, I hope that I don't think their newer games have it though, do they?
I'm actually not sure if Rise has crossplay or not.
Regardless, I know a lot of those games tend to be a little stingy when it comes to wanting to share. Another good one is I Love Them Dearly, FromSoft. Please, for the love of God, make your games crossplay. I'm so tired of having to constantly buy different copies of your games just to play with different groups of friends. It's getting annoying.
How many Elden Rings do you?
I own 2 copies. I swear to God, if I have to buy a PC copy, I'm gonna cry.
Oh no, please.
But yeah, Trin, you're gonna get one.
No.
Yes. Yeah, let's go.
No.
We're gonna play Elden Ring on the PC when I get my
No.
PC.
No. Like, I don't know.
I mean, then I would have the option to mod it though, so that does sound a little intriguing.
Ugh.
Can't wait to be Solaire going through Elden Ring.
Speaking of games that are going to be appearing on more platforms, Subset, I hear that Red Dead Redemption is going to be coming to all platforms except for PC, which I find absolutely hilarious.
Yes, the first Red Dead, and it's not a remaster or a remake. They're just porting it onto the newer consoles and the Switch.
Which is ridiculous that they're selling it for $50.
Yeah, it kind of is, seeing there's not really any improvement. Granted, you do get Red Dead 1 and Undead Nightmare and all in one, but still, $50 for basically the same game is a bit steep.
Port over with all they did was change the
it-
buttons over and make sure it can run on the system. I feel like if anything, 30 should have been the max price.
Right? I
Right?
feel like that should be the standard for all of these non-remastered, and even remasters.
Overs,
Like,
half price of what it was
Exactly.
supposed to come out as originally.
Well, it depends on what kind of remaster they do, at least in my opinion.
But if it's
Because if
just-
they do like how Dead Space was remastered, that was
that I could see that being
price.
worth $60 to $80, but like a port,
that
like
makes
no.
sense because they completely overdid the game,
Yeah,
remastered,
it's night and day
pretty
for
much
Dead
remade.
Space.
But if it's just a port over like this is gonna be, I feel like it should only be like 30, $40 at most, but that's kind of pushing it too.
Right? Oh,
Now-
man, so scummy.
There is silver linings throughout this. For PlayStation 4 and 5, surprisingly, you can play the game in 4K resolution. So that's like a bit of a nice upgrade to it. That, and surprisingly, it works and runs pretty well on the Switch,
Hey, that's good.
which is
You know, at the
it's
end
saying a
of this
lot.
year, by the end of this year, it's going to be obsolete anyway.
Yeah. But even then, it's still going to be available. And in my opinion, for at least for the Switch, it's a good game to have on its roster and on the store. But still, $50 for it, it's a bit steep. But if you want to have a good time being a cowboy and be a cowboy and kill zombies, I guess is a good investment if you haven't played the first one.
How's its performance on the Switch?
It maxed out 30 frames per second.
That's
30
surprising,
frames,
actually.
That's pretty standard for most Switch games, so.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, whenever I hear
tiers
about,
only went up to 30.
I'm always surprised when I hear Switch games are running well with the limitations that console has in today's gaming market.
It's just a surprising thing just to see after being hinted at this, and a lot of people were hoping at least a remake or a remaster of the old one.
Right? Like, even if they had done like a remaster of both of them, that like a collection piece, that would have been so cool to like bring them up to modern day graphics.
That would have been nice.
Add any
but that
external
would be,
DLC or whatever.
It would be similar to like Dead Space. If they're gonna do something like that, they have to legit bring it down from the ground up. Granted, Rockstar has the same assets. They had the game still, so they could probably just do the same thing. But, you know, they did it, and this is where we're at. And unfortunately, this is where it's gonna stay.
I mean, I'm just surprised that it still hasn't come out on PC.
Which, yeah,
I feel like the modding community would have a field day with Red Dead.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the mods for Red Dead 2? Dude,
I have not. I only base the modding community by Skyrim mods. But yeah, going from one company that's trying to squeeze every dollar out of an IP. Blaze, why don't you take us through the recent Ahsoka trailer? Because I think there's been like several trailers that have come out.
Yeah, so they've done a few different trailers. A lot of it kind of just going off of the same stuff, and then also a couple like small clips that they've shown off for it. The Ahsoka series is right around the corner, and it's going to be an 8-episode run.
Ooh. Ahsoka was always the character I most had the interest in when it came to the Clone Wars, so I'm really glad that she's finally getting like a live action.
Oh yeah, you had an interest in her, all right.
Yeah, I did. I just want to see her in live action adaptation, okay?
She was 13. First appearance, just letting you know.
Oh, right.
Okay, and so was Bobbert when she first appeared?
Exactly. I was of age, because we were both the same age.
Anyway, but you're right though, it is nice to finally see Ahsoka more in the spotlight. We have seen her a lot animated wise with like the final season of Clone Wars, seeing her take really a more prominent, important role, but now having her in live action with a couple cameos and a few other shows like Mandalorian. Now it's nice to finally see her with her own series, which it seems like the Ahsoka series is going to heavily be more of a continuation on the story of the Rebels animated series, where it's going to be members of the Rebels crew with like Hera, Chopper, and Sabine as they're trying to hunt down Thrawn before he comes back to take over the Empire. But meanwhile, it seems from the trailer, there's also a few Sith Inquisitors left over that are hunting her down as well, which one of them, by the name of Balon Skull, seems to know quite a bit about Anakin Skywalker and also knows that Vader is Anakin. So it's interesting to see how intrinsic this Inquisitor is into knowing stuff about Vader and Ahsoka. But from one of the trailers, we might also get a few more scenes of Hayden Christensen coming back for flashbacks of Anakin, potentially.
Ooh.
And we're also, from some of the leaks of like the cast, there's also going to be a live action Ezra Bridger, so he might be coming back as well from his unknown fate at the end of Rebels. Which kind of makes sense. If Thrawn's back, Ezra's probably back as well.
I mean, I hope all goes well. I mean, I for one really fell off of the Star Wars hype train, especially with all the, I don't know, I just feel like there's just like, it also kind of stretches to Marvel too. I just feel like there's a lot of burnout with all the content that has been pumped out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. But thankfully, it still stays fresh enough to where it doesn't feel like a Marvel burnout with how much Marvel has been kind of going down lately.
Right.
But with Star Wars, I think it's quite nice of how much, for the most part, every series that comes out just keeps on building up, especially after the pretty much downfall of the new trilogy of Star Wars movies, how many of the fandom didn't really care for them.
Right.
But it's nice to see stuff like Ahsoka starting to build it back up, which is great too, because Dave Filoni making the character of Ahsoka in the Clone Wars series and then just being part of the series with Jon Favreau's help. It's nice to see that those two have really helped strengthen the universe of Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
I feel that.
But one other thing I thought was really interesting was one of the clips mentioned that Ahsoka left Sabine after a couple years of training her. So I think Sabine is trying to become a Jedi.
Ooh. We could always use more of those, especially after what happened.
Yeah, because we do see a couple scenes with her trying to use the lightsaber, and at one point in the trailer, you do hear Sabine call Ahsoka Master.
Hey, that's dope. I actually like that. I like that because my history of Ahsoka has always been with her being the understudy, but it's really interesting to see her as take on that master role now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Specifically, if you really look at and realize who she picked up rather quickly, she had not only Anakin but Obi-Wan and Padme to teach her other parts of life and the world.
She had some great teachers. Going from the live action adaptation of a Star Wars IP, we've got an actual half decent looking anime trailer. So Menace, why don't you take us through what Scott Pilgrim's got for us?
So Scott Pilgrim finally returns once again. And
for the third time.
And we are getting an animated series or anime series, whichever. I'm not sure which you would technically call it, but it is going to consist of everybody from the live action movie is reprising their roles.
What? That's so cool.
And it literally everybody from it signed on.
That's awesome.
Back onto it.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that actually.
So far it's only been confirmed for an 8-episode run, and it is said that the plot will follow the same as the live action movie.
Will it be like kind of a retelling or a continuation?
It'll be a retelling. It's not a sequel. It just goes from the whole plot of the movie goes from. So I'm guessing that essentially episode 1 is going to be them meeting. Each of the 7 episodes afterwards is going to be one of the X's.
I actually really like that idea because I feel like it'll give the show some time to actually flesh out a lot of the X's. It's been so long since I've seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, but I feel like a lot of the time each encounter just felt like, oh, here's a person, oh, they're defeated, oh, here's another person, oh, they're defeated. You know what I mean? I feel like in this series you will really be able to explore each of the individuals.
That's the whole point, though.
I mean, yeah, I know.
The live action movie was actually my first introduction to Scott Pilgrim.
Mine too, to be honest.
When it came out. So I had known nothing about it, but then watching it afterwards, getting into it. The movie doesn't really the game doesn't really explain it to you either. Like, they just kind of showed up because they're Ramona's exes and they know that Ramona's got a new boyfriend. So it's like, I kind of understood how that was going, but to put it into an animated fashion, I think will work better than the live action.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Scott Pilgrim show. Did they say anything about like when it'll be coming out?
The first episode is set to air November 17th.
Ooh, that's actually pretty close. Do you think the whole thing will be out by Christmas, or do you think it'll extend into next year? I mean, I guess that depends on how many seasons it'll get.
They only said they're doing 8 episodes, my guy.
Well, yeah, but like they could, if it ever like really caught on in popularity, they'd definitely do a second season.
And I don't think that they're going to be able to get that big star cast to do multiple seasons.
That's true, especially with the fact that they got literally everybody from the original movie. Like, it'll be a little difficult to retain.
For those of you that haven't seen the movie, let me pull this up real quick so you guys can know who's in it.
Yeah, there's a pretty big list, and a lot of these actors are a lot bigger than they were.
Michael Cera, is that how you say his last name? Michael Cera, Scott Pilgrim, Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Ramona, Chris Evans as Lucas Lee.
Chris Evans was in Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, he was the jock. He was the actor.
Oh
guy,
yeah.
The actor X.
Oh my dude,
the older dude.
Dude, oh my god,
Anna Kendrick as Stacy Pilgrim, Scott's sister. Brie Larson as Envy Adams. Aubrey Plaza as Julie Power.
That's
Satya Baba?
Yeah, okay, so
as Matthew Patel.
So
Allison Pill as Kim Pine. Mark Webber as Stephen Stills. Kieran Cullen as Wallace Wells. Brandon Routh as Todd Ingram. Jason Schwartzman as Gideon Graves. Johnny A. Simons as Young Neil. Mae Whitman as Roxy Richer. And Ellen Wong as Knives.
I'm a huge Michael Cera fan, so I'm really glad to see that he's reprising this role. One question I had, because I didn't get a chance to see the actual trailer. What's the art style style that they're taking, because like my immediate thought is like going 8-bit, but
Straight from the comic books.
straight from the
Yeah,
comic
Straight
books.
from the
That's
comic
awesome.
books.
That's so
Literally just
cool.
looks straight out of the comics.
That's awesome.
It looks really good. The trailer actually shows scenes straight out of the movie. Like you get to see straight. Like they remade the scenes in the animated style.
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
And you can see as someone posted on TikTok of the scenes right next to each other, live action and animated. It looks so good. I'm actually very excited for this
that's
show.
why I love animation. It's just, you'd be so much more expressive. You can be so much more detailed. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I might actually check this out, to be honest. I think that wraps up a lot of the news with what we were talking about today. It's widespread today, and I don't know. I feel like there were some ups and some downs, but we got a pretty good news day out of it. I just want to implore everyone to go check out any and all of the other stories that we've been talking about today. Go check out all the trailers and all the news.
Go spend your money.
No, don't spend your money. Be cautious. Be conscious with your money. Don't waste it. Money is important.
It's okay to treat yourself on occasion, but do not constantly spend your money on needless shit like the
Don't
$20
listen to them.
that Rockin Rob wasted.
Hey, I
Don't hate
got to talk about it on the podcast, so I consider it worth it.
No.
Okay, I guess we.
You
I
could
guess
have
we're-
watched a 30-minute video and still talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Yep.
I wouldn't have had all the emotion. I wouldn't have had all the vitriol to spit. But
Anger and hatred.
exactly, I had to feel that anger from the core of my being. Yeah, I just want to really quickly implore everyone to go check out all the other great podcasts that CJSW has to offer. And I want to say it's been an absolute pleasure to have this time with all of you, with Blaze,
Anytime.
with Gemini,
A pleasure as always.
with Menace, and
Yep.
and with Angel.
Heyo.
We will all see you in the next episode. It's been a pleasure, and have a great rest of your day, guys.
Goodbye.
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 That's it. That's all she wrote.
Crap.
That's Jesus Christ.
That's the one.
God.
I am getting
smoke.
I am getting so like I don't want to say jaded, but
That
I'm
one was
getting
rough.
I'm getting real weathered when it comes to these like transitions and endings. God.
What's supposed to mean? I think that was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
You future Bobbert.
What? Come on, dude. Can I get one
Yeah,
recording?
Future Robert's a bitch.
Can I get one recording where we don't devolve into this? Oh my god.
Hey, we saved it to the end, so
That's fair.
we
That's
could devolve
fair.
into something. We could devolve into something else, Robgar. Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Part
Can
the
we not
God's
turn this into a
knowledge.
caveman fest right now?
Welcome
Like,
to Rock Culture Effect. We talk about
Some
rocks
rock
all the time.
You talk about bloods.
This is nice rock
There has
gar
been
found.
big rocks spotted in sky.
There were little
This is
rocks
tomato,
by
this is
ponds.
Potato.
I used one rock to bash other rock and
No, shut up, Trent. You're not even better.
me make fire with rock pounding.
I embrace my mental retardation with a fiery passion.
Okay. What?
Dude,
Got
I
it first,
literally
bitch.
fucking forgot last night how the letter C is written.
What? Trin.
I took a bite of
Trin.
a fucking dummy ring, and I'm like, look, it's a C. And then I looked at it, and I flipped it around.
And it
I
was
flipped
backwards.
it the other way around, and I'm like, which way is a C written again?
Oh my! All right, I'm gonna end this before it gets any worse.
No.
Ah,
Bitch!
we will all see.
Bitch!
All right, finally the
Funny
recording
thing
started.
Is about me, I would lose so much weight if I just stopped drinking soda. That's the one thing that is keeping
Oh,
me fat.
God.
Oh, dude, speaking of soda, wait, hold on.
Like, legit. If I
This
just
episode is
stopped drinking-
sponsored by.
This episode is sponsored by.
But no joke, if I just stopped drinking soda, I'd probably lose like 30 pounds.
I feel that, but I have a severe like sugar addiction, especially in the form of soda.
So for me, it's just soda. I don't overeat and I don't eat anything like sugary, other than like small cravings.
See,
But really, soda is the only thing that is keeping me.
See, I'll bake 50 cookies for myself, or I'll bake 24 cookies for myself. Eat them all, and then I'll be fine.
Shut the fuck up.
Want to
then
share
I'll
some
be
of that
fine.
metabolism to us, motherfucker?
Honestly.
Hey, man.
honestly.
Hey man,
I'd love to.
when I'm
'Cause it is
35
cold right
and
now
my
in my
metabolism is
house.
caught up to me, I'm gonna be that fat that you can see in general chat right there. I'm gonna be that fat. That's gonna be my goal.
Well, if you want to shave off a
That's
little
your
bit of it, I'll
goal?
take
Yes, that's my goal, dude. Come on.
Like I said, when Robbie's metabolism catches up, that's gonna be him. I
I just like fully give up in life. Oh, that'd be so funny. Dad,
Like, at least I got my podcast.
Daddy, I needed to get my Jesus person.
I mean, sometimes you know, you're not always alone. Sometimes they find love that sticks with them.
Yeah, that's because they're. Oh no, I can't. Fuck it.
I know. I was gonna say I hate it too. I hate it too.
Oh
because
no, I was gonna say it's because of their gravitational pull.
Oh no, I was just gonna say because they're gross fetishists.
I mean, yeah, true. There are people that love overweight people.
Oh yeah, no, I got hit on once by a guy who was like a theater, and he was
Oh,
trying to
no.
essentially gain all my weight back, and I'm like, ah, hell no, and I blocked
Oh
him.
god, that. Oh
This
my
was a while
god,
ago, but yeah, I was like, hell no. Hell
Jesus. It's a good thing you were like Doctor Strange and you found the right timeline to follow.
No. Yeah, no, because he was just like, oh, you know, I've dated and taken care of girls that were like way over 500
Whoa,
pounds,
wait,
and they've always
whoa.
been considered healthy, and I'm like,
Well, what do you mean taken
almost caught
care
myself.
of?
I was gonna say, I almost caught myself slipping saying that
This
third
guy's
gamer
actually-
word.
This guy's actually just a sociopath who like lures women in that just
He
kills
was.
them.
Like, I think it wasn't even like 24 hours into talking, he's already talking about getting married. I'm like, huh?
Oh, okay. Oh man,
I'm
alright.
like,
And with
I
that,
fucked his ass. I was like, hell no.
and with that, I'm gonna smoke real quick. Wait, hold on. Actually, quick mic check. Everybody, give a quick mic check.
No.
Okay, Blaze.
You literally.
All right, Subset. All right, cool. Menace, how about you? All right, awesome. Thanks, guys. I hate all of you. Trinzy. Yeah, thanks, Trin. You're the only one who actually knows what we're doing here.
Whoa.
God.
I went to and then you didn't even let me because I was laughing too hard.
Yeah, cause you're a fucking weenie, okay? Also,
You're the one that just kept going and making it funnier.
I should not have opened up this cream soda because I'm gonna drink this whole thing throughout the recording.
I have an RC berries and cream soda.
What the fuck is R? Oh, isn't that RC Cola? Isn't that like the fucking?
Yeah.
Ew. My dad, 1985. My
It doesn't help
dad.
that it's been sitting on my desk since last night, so it's a little flat, but
Yeah, well, so is my comedy.
So am I.
Okay.
delicious.
Good soup.
I mean, I can't say that I'm flat because I got a fat ass.
You gotta
No, I was talking about
BBA.
my moves.
Black
Your
bitch
moves. Your man boobs.
My moves.
Your lack of
Yes.
moves.
What about your mitts?
Yes, my lack of moves.
No, I got mitts, dude. I got man tits.
Mitts moves.
My mitts are so good that they use them in the
It's all
baseball
booba.
league.
It's all booba.
It's all booba from here.
Where the fuck did the other two disappear?
I
now?
right? That's what I'm thinking.
I'm here. I'm just not talking.
Oh, fuck both of you! Oh my god, I hate both of you. Literally trying to do an actual fucking mic check, and you guys are just ignorantly like ignoring me. Yeah, laugh it up, laugh boy. You're recording.
Alright, bitch.
I have the proof that you guys are assholes right here in this recording.
Oh, you're
Just
recording?
you.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna try sour slop. I thought it was sour slop for a second.
Sour slop.
I'm gonna say curse. I'm gonna say a curse word.
Go ahead, say it.
I'ma say it.
Poopy.
Smells weird.
Damn. Watch your fucking language, you fucking cunt.
Wait, I had to
No,
beat
well,
it on.
we
damn
literally,
it.
you cannot put that part into you.
Hey, I learned my lesson. All our
That
shit
is that is a non-monetizable word. That is a demonetized word.
It tastes weird.
Also,
It
I
smells
think
like cleaning supplies.
also. Oh, ew. Also, I think I have to go through the music selection that I have and delete some of the tracks because I think there's like I don't think it's a copyright strike, but like on 2 of the videos it says copyright underneath.
It tastes like how you would expect Fabiosa to taste.
Fabuloso. What is
Fabuloso?
Fabuloso?
It's a cleaning supply.
Fabulosa.
It smells so good.
1985. My dad. Oh God, excuse me. That was disgusting. Angel, stop watching your telenovelas.
Either way.
That's Gina streaming.
Oh.
I can hear that.
Oh, well, stop watching another person stream while we're trying to record.
Well, to be honest, I just have it up and I just looked that up. Also, I'm also totally not watching the movie again.
What? You're watching it now?
I'm ready.
That's not what I asked.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. But he says it's
He's not watching
fun.
it for the first time now. He said he's watching it again, dum dum.
Yeah, he's rewatching it. Open your fucking ears.
Dude, I try to, okay?
So that's it. Full of Jaina stream, guys. Come on.
Alright, so what's the
I'm
order?
kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, so I go right after, please.
Man, Robbie's favoring the Tylers right now, man.
Oh my God, shut up, dude.
He just wants to make sure we don't take over. So he's trying to get on our good side.
I
figured.
mean, I'm not gonna give away the secrets of the universe. Come on.
It's not a secret. We already know.
Wow.
You're just too predictable, Robbie.
Bobber,
yeah?
just wait until I get my computer. You're gonna be like, okay, gotta go do this edit, and Menace did it.
No, I'm gonna do the audio editing and I'm gonna send you the files and then you're gonna do it.
No, because I'm gonna have my own files.
You're gonna have your own
mama.
files. Okay.
Yeah, you don't think that once I get a PC, I'm not gonna record while we're doing it?
I mean, that's totally fair.
I probably should do that, but like I'm retarded and don't. So,
Way.
because like I honestly I never closed OBS when I record my ID, so I could if I.
Oh my God. Why? Dude, I don't understand what's going on my computer right now. Well, nothing. It's just I'm trying to like look through my files right now, and it's just. Oh. Okay, that was weird. My computer just like hit a reset, I think. No, not like a full ass reset, but like my screen just flickered. Okay, now everything's working properly, I guess. Cool. Okay, you're deleted.
Good soup.
There's nothing floating. Because I took some sips from it.
Fucking royalty free my ass. No copyright. That's what it fucking says. When I look up these fucking audio files. But I guess not.
My friend's getting racist against Canadians.
Aren't all of your friends racist towards me?
No, just Canadians.
Wow.
But
okay.
you're English Canadian, so.
Wow.
You're a little better.
You're a little, just a little.
Inside.
Just a little bit better from the French Canadians.
Well, it's because, Anyway, no, because.
We all know why. We all know why.
No, it's because they were like, oh, so we'll play League at 8, and I'm like, well, I have a podcast recording. Or because they said 7:30, and I just got home. I have a recording to do, which shouldn't be more than an hour. And he's like 8ish. I'm like, and then he pinged me at 8:14. I'm like, we just started. I'm sorry. He's like, classic podcast moment.
Yep.
And then someone else said should have opted out since they were late. Can never trust Canadians.
What the fuck, bro? This is what I'm talking about, man. I just think they're weenies. Okay, they're just weenies.
You're a weenie.
Yeah.
We're all weenies.
You know what? That's true. We all are weenies. But
You're the biggest.
all right, I was gonna
Get
say
this ball rolling.
that's what I was about to do, but I wanted to confirm, Blaze, you are still talking about Skibidi Toilet, right? That's the first. I wanted to make sure that wasn't like a joke.
I mean, I can. You put that on there, so I just started reading up everything on it, so I could.
Alright, cool.
Apparently, that's what I was talking about.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm set to go.
Me too.
Boop boop boop. The intro's in. We'll do a quick bop.
I was gonna do Blue Beetle, but then you put Skibidi Toilet.
Oh no, you want to
instead.
do Blue Beetle? Fuck Skibidi Toilet, man. We'll do Blue Beetle. I'm throwing that
No,
on.
I didn't do it. I didn't
Fuck
do any.
Skibidi
I didn't do any prep for Blue Beetle because
Oh,
I
I
was told I was doing Skibidi Toilet.
I thought you were
No,
what?
we'll do Blue Beetle next week. You can
Yeah.
do Blue Beetle next week.
Yeah.
You can get all the prep and such done. We can talk about dumb Skibidi Toilet this week.
Get the memes in.
It's not dumb. It's art.
Yeah, it's art, Trin. Come on.
Whatever, we can talk about Skibidi
It's
Beat Bop
dumb.
Boop, Skittle Bit Bop,
Yeah, right,
Toilet
right.
tonight.
Ski pop boop I'm dancing in the night. Whatever.
Scatman, toilet, shit.
Sit on a toilet.
Alright.
I regret that.
Alright, so that's Skibidi Scat, man.
Ratchet, dirty old twat.
Oh god. Alright, before this devolves any further.
Nah, that's so tired of the knot. Yeah, lizard shit.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Yo, mom.
You want to say more stuff about my mother, Angel?
No, I'm good.
Okay. You're good now? You're good now? Okay. Alright. Want to make sure. Anyways.
Wait, what?
Well, Angel has like a crush on my mom. Anyways, I am joined today by all of my wonderful friends. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like how that sounded. I don't know why.
Wait, did we do mic checks?
Yeah, everybody's fine. Everybody's fine.
Okay.
We're Gucci.
I tried to do a fucking.
I'm bringing around that everybody here.
You mother. You know what's so
You're
funny?
your closest and best friend.
You know what's so funny? I was quiet. I let him cook there, and you could have just done the fucking intro, bro. I let you cook there. Anyways, it's my podcast. I'm taking over.
Anyway, welcome to the
Yo, guys.
Welcome to the Pop
Rockin
Culture
Rob,
Effect.
Gemini, Subset, and the other Tyler Menace.
Rockin Rob.
Rockin
Rob.
Hey guys, it's Rockin Rob. Back from my 30th smoke break.
I'm choking on a gummy.
Oh god. Can we not have
on a blue raspberry gummy.
Can we not have a
Codename Gummy
fatality?
Bear. Codename Gummy Bear.
Codename Gummy Bear.
Okay, I swear.
Stop choking on the gummy bear train.
Wow,
It
blooper
was a gummy ring.
It's a what?
A gummy
Gummy
ring.
ring.
Oh, ring. I thought you
Come on,
said
dude.
Bing. I'm like, nobody uses Bing.
No, gummy ring. Dumb shit.
That's the only way people will be able to use Bing is if they make it into a gum. Anyways, okay, I'm done. Welcome to. I don't say welcome.
Are you done?
I am done. I'm trying to be done. Okay.
All right, let someone else do it.
No, fuck you. I am joined today by.
You fucked up.
No, I didn't fuck up. I didn't fuck up. Somebody was a laugher right
the
there.
Dramatic.
Welcome to the
Oh.
PopCulture Effect, where Rockin Rob is here with some of his greatest friends in the
Wow.
world. That being Blaze, Subset, myself, Gemini, and fuck.
Yeah, I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Now all you shut up while I do this intro properly. Let me do this intro properly because I'm the only one. I'm the only man for the plan with the man.
Let Menace have a turn. He hasn't tried it yet. He's the only one who hasn't tried it
No,
yet.
that's fair. All right.
Bobber's a bitch.
I love how we all just genuinely gave you like an actual moment of silence, and you were just like, "I'm gonna take this opportunity to f you in the ass." All right,